5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh.
Well, welcome to the very first episode of Breaking the Bar. Breaking the Bar is a parenting podcast hosted by myself, Craig, and my wife, Rosie, of 17 years of glorious marriage. So we decided that we wanted to get together once a week because we barely get a chance to talk as it is. And like she said before, she only started this podcast so she could get her chance to speak, apparently, right?
No, I just want my thoughts to be heard in a full sentence before I'm interrupted by you and what you're going to say that you think is a better idea anyway.
I'm a much better listener on a podcast, you might find.
Yeah, I hope so. Well, you know what? I don't know if Jay me and Jay have talked a little bit.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But anyway, Breaking the Bar podcast, right? It is a podcast about parenting. We are parents. We have 3 children, 15, 13, and 4. We are deep in the mix right now. It is going well, I think. But we always commiserate and always are sending each other funny parenting memes and talking about funny things. And we have a good relationship with our kids. So here is the spiel of the podcast, right? So what is Breaking the Bar podcast about? Well, it's really about parenting. It's about raising kids. It's about staying married while you're doing it. You hear a lot of talk about raising and lowering the bar for your kids as parents when you're disciplining or trying to teach things. But what happens if you're like us and your kids have completely destroyed and broken that bar? Our bar is in shambles. It's covered in Cheeto dust and Takis, and it has fucking sticky things on it, right? Myself, I'm 41 years old. I have 3 children. I work construction. I try my best for my kids. I show up every day. I'm not saying at all that we're perfect or I'm perfect at all. But we show up for our kids. We've been together for 17 years, correct?
Yep.
We've been married for 12 years.
12.
We've been married for 12 years.
Wait.
We had kids before we were married because we are heathens, apparently, and sinners. But, you know, we've been doing this thing and we've been in the grind and in the mix, and we just want to commiserate with you guys. Parenting is hard. You are treading water most of the time, and we don't have a lot of answers for you, but we do want to just give the little bit of fucking helpful advice that we may have and also hear from you guys as well. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, Rosie, what's going on with you? How old are you?
That's what you're leading with?
Nope.
Okay. Well,
you don't have to give your age.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
You.
That wasn't on the
Give
plan
us a little history.
Okay.
Rosie has actual credentials.
Okay. I'm a mother of 3. Those 3 kids. I married this guy and stayed married to him, so that's a feat in itself. Mm-hmm. I came from a large family as well. Mm-hmm. I have 1 blood sister, 2 stepbrothers, and a half brother and a half sister. And our breakdown is kind of like our kids. So there's little ones and big ones too. Mm-hmm. So I can't think of a time I didn't have like a kid on my hip and one in my hand because I'm the oldest. I have been in education for a million years. Mm-hmm. I've taught preschool, general ed, special ed. Yeah.
You are currently a teacher. You have degrees in child development, correct? Right. You're damn near a master's at this point.
I'm gonna pay for one of those later.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait. But like I said, Rosie has actual credentials when it comes to early childhood development, and she is very good at reading patterns and seeing kids, especially with what her job is. It's pretty wild to watch. But we both come from very large families. We're both the oldest sibling. We both have multiple siblings in our families, either blood or marriage or half or unclaimed children. Our children actually have at least 23 first cousins. So we come from a very large family. We're around kids all the time.
And they're local. Most of them are local.
A lot of them are local, so we've seen it all. We've seen it from, we have nephews and nieces that are in their 20s all the way down to, our child, which is the youngest. Bronson is 4.
4.
So we have a lot of experience around kids. We understand the trials and tribulations of parents, and we are sorry. We're sorry for you. You know what I mean? It's rough, dude. I will say we're not professionals. I probably should throw this out. Nor are we experts. Do not take medical advice from us. We are just fucking trying out here, right? So anything you hear on this podcast is not to be, seriously. I mean, you can take it for what it is, all right? We're just 2 parents out here commiserating about being parents.
We're literally hiding in the garage.
Yeah, this is actually the longest break we've ever had.
Yeah.
We are here to celebrate the joy and horror and tragedy that is raising kids with you guys. So having said that, we're going to go into a few topics. First topic is going to be this week is back to school. We're back to school. Isn't it so fun?
No.
It's so fun. Huh. No? So how was your first week? What was the like? Let's go over it. Let's break this down into some points here.
Okay.
What was the weeks leading up to knowing that back to school starting? Because summer is a fucking free-for-all.
That's true.
Right? It is an absolute free-for-all.
Yep.
Our kids are home for the summer. They're old enough now where they're kind of on their own. Me and Rosie, well, Rosie has summers off, so you actually took the brunt of all this.
Yep.
I get to go to work still. But it's a free-for-all. We're just trying out here to survive, right? The kids have no bedtimes, even though you set them. They are pummeling our food. I mean, 5 to 20 meals a day.
That's true. Actually, the first week with our middle kid, I thought, what has he been eating? Because he just he decimated everything I bought within a week.
Right.
It was crazy. Feeding him is expensive.
It's crazy. Summer has been nuts. We've done some cool stuff. We've gone camping. We've done the things. But now we're getting to the point where we know it's coming. The summer is getting over. And now we try to start doing what, I'm sure every parent does, getting your kids back into a routine, right?
No, I know that I have a plan for it. I see it in my mind's eye that we need to make meal prep. Me and you should actually meal prep for a week.
Yeah, we should.
And then make all of our lunches. I put hangers on the door for the kids' clothes the night before. I wanted their backpacks set. And then the time came and none of it happened.
None of it happened. But here's the thing. You start to shift your brain mentally knowing that you're going to have to wake the kids up. Our kids, here's a little rundown of us. Our kids are 3 different ages. They go to 3 different schools at 3 different locations in Ventura and Oxnard, by the way. So getting them to and from school is a whole fucking thing. Not only that, let's back up a little bit. Getting them into a routine of falling asleep at a normal time. Waking up early. You have all these grand plans as a parent. I feel like we talk about it endlessly.
Well, yeah, and honestly, what it threw us for a loop is that Bronson was in a splint the week before.
Right. Our 4-year-old.
Our 4-year-old was in a splint the week before school was starting to start, and we didn't even know if he was going to need a cast.
Right.
Right?
Right. Yeah.
And then he had a horrible rash. Contagious, horrible rash. And so he was falling apart. And that took up all of our mental power right before.
So Bronson gets his leg hurt 1 week before school starts, basically. Wins it backwards on a slide, which is horrific. And it wasn't on our watch either. So we don't know how bad it technically was. We're not calling out anyone. It's not my mom at all. I'm
you know
sure.
what? I love your mom, and I'll never say an ugly word about her.
So anyway, he gets
every episode. I will never say an ugly word about you. I got you.
Our 4-year-old gets himself hurt. What the hell just happened? Okay, so let's back up. It's 1 week before school starts. We start talking about how we're going to get these kids to and from school, the rush, the terror of it happening, and then all of a sudden we get a call that our 4-year-old basically may have broke his leg, right? So this is compounded by the fact that he got a fucking wild case of ringworm on his legs that has turned into a full-blown rash all over him. So now we have a 4-year-old that cannot walk. He's hobbling around. It's 1 week before school, and now we're still trying to figure out how to get this guy to school if he's going to even go. If he doesn't, what are we going to do with him, right? We're talking about babysitters. We're talking about a lot of things, right? But just to even get the run up to get your kids back to going to school is a fucking absolute nightmare.
Well, can I tell you that, and this is the part that's not on here, but it is hard to find a babysitter when you have so many kids and you are a big family.
Right.
Because if we just had the three and a grandparent was the 3 grandkids, it would be easy to find a babysitter, but we have to run the
we have a grandma 2 grandmas that are overworked and underpaid for sure. So getting a babysitter is a nightmare in the day. And it just is what it is, right? But as parents, man, you'd sit here and you try to figure out how to get them back onto a fucking routine. You know what I mean? And it's impossible because Rosie, if you don't know, she's a nervous cleaner. She's a planner. She does all sorts of things that seem wildly unnecessary at the time. And then when they get implemented, they actually work okay. But the thing is that you...
Surprisingly.
I'm just saying that for the podcast. I'll hold my personal thoughts, but...
no, don't. Go ahead, Sam.
She does a lot of things. She hangs a lot of shit on doors, dude.
Okay.
There's a lot of things getting hung on doors. And like a week before we're laying out kids' school clothes, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
I'm not saying a week before. I didn't lay out a single thing because that stuff's all on the floor.
It's true.
When you take it off, right? Mm-hmm. You like just...
Yeah, I shed like a reptile.
To wherever it is.
Yeah, and then I pick it up later, but you always get there first.
When is later?
It's after you picked it up already. That's usually when I plan for it. I take it off and I go, I'll get that in a minute. And then by the time that minute happens, you've already picked it up.
I'm sure that it's not a minute.
It feels like a minute.
Okay.
But yeah, getting your kids back in school is a nightmare. Our kids go to 3 different schools, like I said. So pickups and drop-offs are a horrendous nightmare. We and Rosie were talking about it earlier. And how were you describing our pickup and drop-off situation?
I called it like a web because if any tiny little thread comes disconnected, then we're like all fucked.
Right.
It becomes a jumbled mess when nobody knows how to get anywhere. Our kids go to school 45 minutes away from us.
Essentially.
So we have to drop off at grandma's house, and some take the bus, and some come with. Mm-hmm. And
it's endless. We have to get up. We're up. It's most parents, I'm sure you guys can feel
5 a.m.
5 a.m. We're up. By 6, we have to wake our kids up. One of them has to be on the bus by 7. The other one has to be in the car by 7. The other one has to be in the other car by 7, right? And they're all getting dropped off. And then pickups are, luckily now we have it to where the oldest one gets herself home from high school. The middle one gets dropped off by grandma, and we are responsible for the baby. But there was many times where the majority of my gas money, and I work construction where I drive a lot most of the time, is just picking up and dropping off kids from school.
And that's not to mention like all the things they need, like if they want to go to a friend's house.
Oh, God forbid. Or God, fucking thank God our kids don't do sports. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
If our kids were any sort of achievers at all.
They are.
It would be insane. It would be insane. Our kids don't do any sports, and that's fine with us right now. We're fine with that.
Yeah, because we can't afford it. We can't afford it. The time, and it's expensive as fuck. And honestly, I don't know if I can mesh with other sporting parents right now.
They're the worst, dude. We did baseball for the two older kids, and we were at the baseball field 6 days a week, and then you're having to deal with parents. And then, I look how I look, so I get roped into helping coach. I don't know shit about sports.
I actually like the parents in a Little League that we had before. But I will say that there's a mom that makes cupcakes with your kid's name on it that looks like a softball and their number. And then there's a mom like me who gives the
Cheetos.
People $20 so that everybody can get a hot dog.
Oh, at the snack bar.
Yeah.
Right. There's two types of parents, right?
Yeah. 2 types of snack moms. There's the one that has the individual bag with their like number on it and laminate and a ribbon and all the things. And then there's one that knows that if you give the snack bar $20, they'll give every kid a hot dog and a slushie.
Right. And that's the type of parents we are.
Yeah.
Hot dog slushy people.
Half the time I didn't even know it was our turn to be a snack bar person, so I had to come to you for money.
Yeah, you find out the day of.
Yeah. I was like, shit.
Like, you brought a snack, right, Rosie? You're like, mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Sure did. Let me go hit the old
Some
ATM, a.k.a. husband.
I got orange slices pre-packaged for all of them.
Yeah. It's insane.
The number of on their
my
jersey.
God. For parents that do sports, man, our fucking heart goes out to you. It's insane. It's an insane job, dude. But yeah, school's back in session.
And thank you. Thank you for doing all that beautiful work for our kids. I wasn't going to do it for yours. I'm sorry.
It's true.
It's too much.
It's too much. It's too much work. It's fucking insane. I often wonder, like, are people that much better than us at parenting?
Yes.
Or are we just like normal people and those people are fucking weird? The over-preparers, it's often a mom that stays at home while the husband works, and I don't know how the fuck that's possible these days. But I wonder, dude, like, are we just really that far below the bar?
We might be. Yes. I'm going to say yes.
You feel like we are?
Only because it changed, because when our older kids got older, we were younger and firmer.
Right.
And so I saw, like, our friends, they had the thing. But now with the young one, I go around other moms who have toddlers, and they are fit. They have cute little Stanley mugs all the time with the... they buy like $25
the tumblers.
Tumblers.
Yeah, tumblers.
They there's like a whole thing.
Yeah.
They're in tight. Mm-hmm. They're walking fast. Mm-hmm. Their kids look clean. Our kid doesn't look clean.
Our kids look like they're coal miners in the fucking 40s.
The boys do.
The boys for sure, absolutely. I will send our kids to school clean, and they come home and they look like they've actually been in the gold rush.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Well, they're boys.
I get it, man, but I grew up in the desert, and I don't feel like I was that dirty.
Okay, well, that's not as concerning to me as the fact that Scout had her first week of school, and she drew a completely intricate shaded skeleton all over her arm,
for
front
day
and back.
one.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
However, I am sure it was during class.
Yeah, totally. Not paying attention to chemistry.
Not at all. She said math. Actually.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Perfect. The one class she failed.
It's not even the one class she failed. We're really bad at this. This is not even like we're just getting one advice from us.
It's not bad.
It wasn't even the one class she failed.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
First couple
classes. Anyway, high school's rough, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. But yeah, first week of school is fucking brutal, dude. We just got through it. Also, me and Rosie are not drinking right now for some reason. It's a really bad time to go sober, by the way.
I know.
But man, I could
don't
use
like
a beer and she could use a glass of wine, but we're not doing it. So we're deciding to apparently do a podcast, which is way funner. Let's see. What else? What's other first day topics? We got...
logging into
oh, my God.
Student stuff. So, digital age. Thank you, COVID. All the kids' back to school information, their class information, everything is online now. But there are at least 7, 8 different websites.
At least.
That you have to keep track of. And the usernames you have to keep track of. Your kids' ID numbers that you should keep track of.
Right.
And your passwords that change every 3 months.
It seems like. Every 3 months.
Every 3 months you have to change your password and then know at least the passwords you've had before.
Right. So. It's fucking impossible. So the emails start coming, and I'm sure all parents can attest to this. You get that first email of welcome back from whatever school they're at. And it's like, don't forget to have them start logging into their computers. You go onto that and ask any kid what their fucking login and password is after a summer of them just blurring out on TikTok. It's not happening, right? So now we're dealing with that. Cheetos, they got Cheeto fingers. It's impossible, right? Computers haven't even been touched in 2.5 months. So now we're trying to get logins just to even get on the fucking Chromebook. And then you start seeing, oh, guess what? We changed your passwords. And now guess what? The website's different. And then go ahead and try to figure out a fucking bus schedule, right? Figure out the bus schedule. Go to 14 different websites. I called the district and the school. No one knew what was happening. Not one knew what fucking kid was getting picked up where in the whole entire of Ventura County.
Well, can I mention, too, that our daughter got on a empty bus.
Right.
With a driver who said, don't worry, I'll take you where you need to go.
Yeah.
And then she never came back for her. Yeah. And dropped her off at another school. Didn't even drop her off at home or anything. And she just happily went on. And she saw no other kids getting on this vehicle. The lady said, I got you. I know where you go. And then dropped her off somewhere else.
She didn't know where she went.
No.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. And then, so now let's see. We finally get on the computers. And now we're looking at how do we get information? You have to log on to something called Parent Connect. And then Canvas for their work. And then
Q Parent
if the parents want to check grades. And then
Peach Jar.
It's so, what the fuck is Peach Jar?
That's the one that gives just the flyers for dates that are really important for all things. Because, we forgot so many things last year.
Yeah.
We didn't buy a yearbook.
Neither of our kids got yearbooks last year.
We didn't buy a single pair of, thank God both of our kids went to the same junior high. We didn't buy a single thing of gym clothes. Right. I don't even know how many. I think I maybe washed gym clothes once.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know, man. It's a fucking nightmare. But now we're logging onto things and we're trying to figure it out. And it's a problem.
You know what? Honestly, I'm giving up. I'm not going to log in. If it's an emergency, I feel like they'll call me.
How would you know? They'll never call you. I mean, they will call you 45 times a day to tell you some mundane bullshit. I've gotten, I don't know, 15 to 20 phone calls of messages from both of my kids' schools. All three of my kids' schools about whatever the fuck. Not one of that piece of information was helpful. Not one single one. And now I'm listening out of morbid curiosity to see if I can find an actual fact or one helpful piece of information.
Well, then no. No.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. So now we're finally logged on. Kids are in school. Week 1 done, right? Mm-hmm. Week 1 done. We get them to and from. Now we're in the thing. We got a 4-year-old that's coming home from a full day of pre-kindergarten, and now he's starting to fall asleep at 4:30.
Well, because he has Boys and Girls Club too after that.
Yeah, and so now he's starting to fall asleep on the way home from school, and now he's staying up till about 10:30, 11 every fucking night when we have to wake up at 5. So that's been really fun.
Right.
And also we are, I mean, it's been an absolute fucking blur.
Yeah, it's been rough. I did it
Keep
again.
going. It's fine.
All right, we're still on. This is the time I can say all the bad stuff about your mom because it's blacked out.
Go ahead.
Nope.
Go ahead.
No way.
Go ahead.
Nice trick.
Mm-hmm.
No. The kids actually seem to have a good first week. Mine was challenging, but
yeah,
that's for another podcast.
That is for another.
After podcast. I retire,
right?
I'll tell all the juice,
all the dirty secrets
later.
Yeah, it's a nightmare, man. So I'm sure a lot of you parents are fucking getting through it right now, and you're possibly listening to this and going, "Fuck." Yeah, it's nuts. If you got your kids through week 1 of school, congratulations to you. You've done almost the impossible with almost no one helping you.
I actually remember my first day of school.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
First day of school ever?
First day of kindergarten ever. And
really?
I realize it because I had made such a nervous mess of it that it was imprinted in my brain because when we walked to school, I went to Wainimi, right? Mm-hmm. It's just a couple blocks away. We walk there. And I go to my first day of kindergarten, and the next day we are tasked with making American flags. Mm-hmm. And they're trying to show us how to draw a star. And that's back in the old days. I'm not going to say how old. Mm-hmm. When we still had naps in kindergarten. Okay. So we're going to be tasked to make these stars and, like to do an actual star. I couldn't figure it out. Okay. And so I got
you
through
couldn't
school.
figure out how to do just a basic star?
At 5, no. You got to point. That's a difficult. Yeah. Some kids can't even write their name. That's a challenging. Right. Anyway, so I went home and I cried all night. All night. I kept my mom up. I did not sleep a wink. I think I cried so hard I might have thrown up. I cried. I didn't ever want to go back to school. I cried all the way to school the next day. I mean, I lost weight. I was awful. My mom was up all night with me just trying to soothe me, and I just lost it. And then when I got there, they had stickers. They had like just little sticker stars to put on the flag.
Because the teacher's like, there's no way these kids can draw stars.
No, but I didn't know that. And so that's where that nervousness comes from. And just so you know, that's how much of a worrier I was from day one. And also, my parents are both teachers, too. So right. I've been in a classroom setting my whole life, right? Really. So they couldn't figure it out for me either. But, yeah, fucking for nothing.
That explains a lot. Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah, my poor mother just holding my hand, brushing off the sweat and tears.
Just letting you cry all night?
All night.
I can't tell you how fast my mom would have slapped me.
My mom would never have slapped me.
And she probably should have.
No.
Oh, no?
Absolutely not. No.
Just let you cry all night long.
You know what? When we got into this marriage and podcast, and especially marriage, I made a solemn vow never, ever, ever, ever to say a bad word about your mother.
Yeah, I know, and you've done a really good job.
Because I want to stay married.
Right.
And you don't cross that line either.
I don't cross that line about your mother.
My mom is a saint.
She is a saint. She's incredible.
That's where she lives.
She lives in sainthood. She's Mother Teresa.
Your mom, too. Love her.
My mom is also Mother Teresa, but Mother Teresa that hits people. She's Mother Abusa. And I love you, Mom. She's also just different parenting styles, right? Yeah. Some people slap the shit out of their kids and when they should have, and some people shouldn't.
And hold their kids and reassure them when they need to.
And guess what? We both found each other. And I don't slap the shit out of my kids, even though I probably want to sometimes. And
I try to hold them the whole time they're crying, but
it's impossible.
It's really
hard,
that's a long time. There's 3 of them. Well, I guess my mom had to deal with more.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Long sorted family history. All right. So, did you end up getting here's a question. How disappointing is it when you know you've done so much work to get these kids to school for the first day, back and forth the whole first week, and we come home so excited to ask them about how their first day was? Because remember when it used to be exciting?
Yeah.
Like for them, when they're little, they were excited to go to school. Now, Bronson, our 4-year-old, is a different fucking animal. I don't know what it is. But our other kids were excited. They used to love it. And now they're in middle school and high school, and the response from them is wholeheartedly depressing.
I know.
It's a one word, it was okay. And you're like, you fucking, come on. Yeah. Nothing happened today?
You know what is, I'm finding, because our middle kid, the nice one.
The nice one. We'll call him the nice one from now on. Oh, he's so nice.
I knew there was going to be a time when he reached an age where he, fled away from us and locked himself in his room and stopped thinking we were cool and stopped worrying about what we think and doing all the things. And it happened this summer.
It did.
It did.
It's weird. Yeah.
He turned, all of a sudden we weren't his favorite people to be around. All of a sudden his goofiness switched to teenageness. And I knew it was coming, but honestly, he's the nicest kid. So it was just a little heartbreaking.
It is. It was weird to see the switch because he's a bit of a late bloomer.
Yeah.
He's the sweetest kid ever, and he always wants everyone to be fine. And there's been so many times when I'm like, can you just get a fucking way from me? Just for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute because he's laying on you. He's a big fucking
teddy bear.
Big teddy bear. And now he is just absolutely, you're right. He's made the switch, and we've both noticed it, that He just does not care about us anymore. We are a vessel for food, and that's it. It's fucking wild. Dude.
I gave him the rest of the pizza last night before I went to bed.
Uh-huh.
Not on a school night, so I didn't worry about bedtimes. And he was so excited. He's like, so I just get to sit here and eat pizza and watch TV? I was like, yeah, I don't care. And he's like, okay.
Yeah, and that was it. That was the best thing you could do. Yeah, it's heartbreaking, dude. But our daughter has kind of come back to us a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Our 15-year-old daughter, she actually kind of realized that we're kind of cool for a minute.
Yeah, she started to hang out with us again.
Yeah, it's mostly over Love Island.
Oh, you know what?
God.
That's how we're bonding.
Ugh.
Trash TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like watching pretty people be stupid.
I can't.
Or rich people be dumb. I like everything on Bravo too. So if you have a lot of money and you're pretty and miserable, those are pretty much my check marks.
Is it the misery for you?
Well, I like watching them be petty.
Why?
Because it makes me feel better about my own life.
How?
Because they have everything and they're fucking miserable.
It makes me so much more mad
Really?
when I watch it.
Oh,
Yeah,
but they don't
God.
feel like they have everything because they don't, because they're petty as fuck.
I understand.
Right?
But then how? How did they have it? Well, all because they probably all married a bunch of old fucking people that had money, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Very
and some
few
of
of
them
them
are
made it
born
on
with
their own.
money. Like, a lot of people have money from like generational wealth or
But
whatever.
that is how you and our daughter have been bonding.
Yeah. Yeah. I like watching them, the drama.
But it's Love Island.
Yeah, we've watched a bunch of seasons of Love Island.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
You know
at
what?
all.
My mom watches Love Island too.
Does she? Does
She
not.
does. My mom loves every reality.
Is it the same
Hi.
thing? Oh, we got a visitor. Hello,
Hi,
mister.
sweetheart.
Here's our 4-year-old in all of his glory.
Who's playing?
All right, we'll take
Okay.
a break. We'll be right back.
What is it, buddy?
We're out here just killing it.
We don't have a pool at all.
Yeah,
by
we
the
don't
way.
have no pool.
Nothing.
What happened was I spent about a solid hour playing Buzz Lightyear and Transformers with him, and he needed to turn into a Transformer. So we had to get the pool fucking supplies out so he could Transformer up. It was really, really fun. Yeah, I don't know. So, well, I'm glad you guys are bonding. It's really nice to see.
Yeah.
Because there was a long time where you guys were not.
Not just me.
Well, I have a better relationship. I had a better relationship with Scout for a long time.
Okay.
And you had a better relationship with King, our middle, the nice one.
The nice one.
And now it's kind of flip-flopped a little bit, which is nice. Oh, and here we go. Here comes Buzz Lightyear, dude.
Oh, that's so cool, buddy. Thank you.
Oh, nice.
Oh, shoot. All right. Thank you. Fluff, 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 fluff.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much.
What?
Hey, say hi to the camera.
You gotta turn around, buddy.
There he is. All right. All his glory for the King. Come here, please. Can you take him out? We got like 10 minutes left. Hey, Bronson, you need to go. We need to finish up. Take your toys. He'll go. Just
Here. Take that.
thank you. We'll be done in a minute.
Well, thank you, buddy. Mama, I'll hold it. Thank you. No, I don't want. Bronson, be nice.
Oh my God, dude. So, breaking the bar, guys. Here we are. Well, like I said, just kind of wrapping things up. I know first week is always a fucking nightmare. Eventually, all parents get into a rhythm. If you found yours already, then congratulations. It takes us about a solid month, it feels like, before we're in a rhythm. Because me and Rosie both work full-time at the same time. If you have the luxury to stay at home and raise your kids, congratulations. That is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But we do not. So we're out here just straight damage control. That's all we're doing here. Trying to get these kids in and out day to day. We live day to day. We live fucking, maybe at the best, we live week to week.
I wouldn't say we live day to day. I mean, we're not like, well, with the kids, yeah. With the kids.
It's not.
The
I
kids
don't even know how you can have an argument
I don't
against the other
know.
one.
I was hoping that
Do you have any clue what we're doing tomorrow?
No, we're
Me neither.
chilling.
Yeah, because it's Sunday. It's the only day off we have together.
Yeah.
Sunday's the only day off we have together. So that's the day we don't have to fucking think about it.
Right. But I already did because I defrosted some swordfish.
Damn. What's up? We're doing swordfish?
Yeah, well,
Cool.
You're going to make it because I do not know how to cook fish. I don't even know the first part of that.
Yeah.
Is there bones in swordfish? I don't even know how old that swordfish is or where it came from.
It's good. It's straight out of the ocean, dude.
It's in an unmarked bag in our fridge from one of your friends.
Yeah, Rocket Rick gave it to me.
Okay. But
He caught it.
I understand Rocket Rick
Yeah, Rocket Rick gave it to me, dude. He's awesome.
caught all the fish. How come? And then the lamb came from a guy named Lucky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lucky,
None of them from produce. Actually, like a meat place.
Why would you want it from that? Those places are disgusting.
I'm
You
just
want
saying.
wild caught animal.
Yeah, but it would be nice with the date that it wasn't transferred in a cooler in the back of a job site somewhere.
Rocket Rick has never failed me, okay?
Okay, well,
This
I'm
guy
gonna-
has the
I'm gonna
only
eat it. I'm
Rocket
just
Rick
saying.
has one of the only licenses to harpoon swordfish.
That is where the swordfish came from. That really is his name.
Yeah, his name's Rocket Rick, dude. How is that?
This is some of your dad shit that's coming. I'm just saying. I was okay with Lucky and his venison from Texas
Yeah, Lucky's a bad motherfucker. I talk
Okay.
to him all the time.
Oh, great.
He finally is retired and at home.
Oh, good for him.
Good for Lucky, man. Thank you for the venison. It was awesome.
It was delicious. We ate it too.
Yeah, man. If you don't get strange meats from guys with nicknames, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Well, there you go. That's what it is.
All right.
Anyway, it's been a pleasure, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. There will be more to come. This is going to be coming out bi-weekly. That means every other week. There's no possible way we could do weekly episodes right now. We appreciate you guys tuning in. I would please recommend you guys like, subscribe, hit the fucking YouTube notifications bell. Tell your friends about the podcast. We're going to be getting it going. We want to hear from you guys. We want to hear your parenting stories, your struggles. We want to hear your fails. You can DM us on our Instagram page. You can send us emails to breakingthebarpod@gmail.com. If you know me and Rosie, you can send us messages or even text us. I am going to get a phone number set up so you guys can call and leave messages if you'd like. If you want to stay anonymous, please just say in the email or DM that you want to be anonymous. No problem with that. Like I said, we want to hear your parenting fails. We want to hear your struggles. We want to commiserate with you. Because if you're like us, our bar is broken and we're just trying to get along here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We're tired. We're actually literally going to go to sleep.
Yeah. After Love Island.
After Love Island. Let's go. All right. Thank you guys. Bye.